Hello, hello. Can you guys see me? I think it's really laggy right now, but how do I see the comments? Top chat, live chat. All right. So, I haven't done one of these type of lives since I was on Instagram. You know what I mean? These type of rants. I used to do it on Instagram all the time. But this isn't a rant. This isn't anything. This isn't anything negative either. But I'll just let some people get in here for a second then. Should I just wait a second before I start? This is going to be fairly quick. Maybe like 15, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? All right, so no, I just woke up a couple hours ago. I'm just going to my friend's house to get some shit done with my car. But after, did you guys see that last society webinar I did where I said society is hypnotized? I had a shit ton of questions after that webinar of people being very feeling depressed about the reality of society and feeling extremely overwhelmed of what they can do about this, or how they can better their lives, right? And I just wanted to give people a few tips and give them a perspective change of how you can still bring so much value to your life and to the people around you without overwhelming yourself, without bringing any anxious feelings, any anxiety, any unneeded pressure. Okay, so what a lot of people misinterpreted and miscommunicated was during that stream when I was talking about being a better person of yourself every single day, improving yourself physically, mentally, financially, and spiritually, right? A lot of people thought that, like I was talking about, everybody has to be the next Elon Musk. Everybody has to be the next Jeff Bezos or the next big thing in business, or you have to be the most fit person around. All of this shit. You know what I mean? This is incorrect. What we need is a collective of people just actively working at or making that decision to want to better themselves, all right? The issue is many people don't know where to start because when they think about where to start, they think about these few things that will hold them back and stop them from ever doing anything. One, they feel like they need to play some game of catch up. They feel like it's too late for them to start, that they need to catch up to a certain point, and that's just unrealistic. You can start whenever, wherever, in whatever passion or industry you want. There is no catch up here. There is no race here. There's no finish line. There is no starting line, and there is no finish line with this journey that you're about to embark, all right? It is just first making the active decision of intercepting your day-to-day zombie thinking. What I mean by day-to-day zombie thinking is 99% of people really be running on autopilot, right? Every single day, you're having the same generic conversations with your coworkers, same generic highs and hellos with your girlfriend. No, I cut my neck while shaving. Same generic highs and hellos with your girlfriend or loved one. You know what I mean? Everything is very surface level. Everything is very, like, it's almost automatic. It's almost like you're running on autopilot. You know what I mean? Not many people are actively involved in their day-to-day choices. When they're looking for something to eat, they don't pick something to eat that is nutritious and that is going to best fuel their body and help them perform. They choose something to eat usually based on a convenience, usually based on a craving, right? Usually based on a convenience, a craving, some type of emotional desire that you're having, some type of, you want something sugar, you want something sweet. You get what I mean? But that's because everybody is making these decisions on autopilot. When we have been so socially programmed through media, through how we've been raised, through what we see in our day-to-day lives, through the people around us, right? It is extremely easy to fall into that complacency and fall into that routine. But if you can start tomorrow or today and intercept just even that process of what you're going to eat, and start choosing what you're going to eat based on what will be most nutritious and valuable to you and your body as fuel. As soon as you start just making that interception in your day-to-day thoughts of, oh, what should I eat? What am I feeling? I'm hungry. I have this craving. You should not be choosing what you want to eat based on pleasure, emotions, cravings, and desires. This is destructive to your this is destructive to your body and destructive to your mind in the long term. We can all agree on that, right? But the issue is, most of us go about every single day just eating without even really knowing, without even having any interception in that process. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, when you have, and I'm just giving you guys a brief example with food, right? All you have to do is intercept that already autopilot thought process and say, no, I am going to choose what I'm going to put in my body based on the nutrition that my body needs to perform the best, right? At the end of the day, we are working machines. Humans generate energy. We generate heat. We consume something as a fuel and then perform and become productive. What happens when people are over consuming but not performing or not burning out that energy? What happens? It's very simple. Getting fat or getting unhealthy is a very, very simple mathematical equation. If you're putting too many calories in your body that you're not actively burning or working off every day, those extra calories get stored as fat. It's that simple. It is that fucking simple. The point of food and nutrition is meant to be used as fuel. If you can keep your calories sustained and also be choosing good types of foods to eat to best fuel your mind and body, you won't get fat, you won't be feeling lazy, you won't be feeling sluggish, you won't be feeling like a piece of shit, right? But you don't have to go from 0 to 1,000. You don't have to go from eating like straight dog shit in McDonald's every day, right, to going to being like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't have to do that. You just have to intercept that thought process, that autopilot thought process, and say, I'm going to start actively choosing what I want to eat every day. I'm going to start actively counting my calories compared to the amount of actual activity that I do. I'm not going to eat based on the fact that I'm just fucking hungry or bored or emotional or having a craving. That's all short-term satisfactory desires. What does the constant chase of short-term satisfaction get you guys? Does it get you any, I'm just in my driveway right now. Does it get you any true type of happiness? Does it get you any feelings of accomplishment? Does it make you feel high energy? It doesn't do anything for you. It just temporarily numbs out your suppressed, resentful, and regretful thoughts. Most people right now do not like the way they look. They do not like the amount of money they're making. They do not like their job. They do not like what they went to school for. They don't even really like their own friends or family anymore. There's such a difference between people, right? This is coming from that lack of personal growth, personal satisfaction, and value. Like I told you guys in that webinar, value has been removed in our modern society. All right? We've already discussed that, right? I don't want to discuss again that rant side. This, I want to give tips on how you can get started, and how you can become active in your decision-making process. The first step is making the choice. As corny as this sounds, the first step is every single minute, every single hour, no longer letting your mind run on autopilot. You choose the media you want to consume. Everything you do is consumption. Whether it be reading a book, watching TV, movie, physically eating, actively doing something, you are consuming something to produce something else. But nowadays, most people's consumption is absolutely valueless and is destructive to their mind and bodies and well-being. Right? We can't have a world full of people feeling like Superman. It just wouldn't be sustainable. We need some people who are going to be able to be taken advantage of in this world, because that's just how human behavior, corruption, power, and greed works. We know through civilization and through history that the 1% have controlled the 99%. I'm not saying that we have to enter that elite 1% status. I'm saying we have to shift our mindsets to that so we can live a life of accomplishment. We can live a fulfilling life. Not a life that you're going to regret the decisions you made. Not a life where you're constantly chasing short-term satisfaction. Not a life where you're not happy with your body. You're not happy with your mind. You feel people are living a life where they're trapped within their own mind. They're stuck. They've been so socially programmed that they can't even get out of their own head to start anything. They're just constantly externalizing excuses of why they can't do something, what's holding them back, their parents, their culture, the country, the government, their education, their knowledge, their effort, they're lazy, whatever it may be. But they're not understanding that the true reality is that these people are suffering. They're stuck. They are in that ignorant bliss. Do you understand? It's living in a blissful ignorance. As soon as somebody brings them to reality, which we saw the pandemic brought millions and billions of people to a harsh reality of the world. Right? We saw a ton of people get brought back to reality, and what did you see the pandemic cause? People to lose their livelihood, people to lose their jobs, people to commit suicide, depression, suicide, mental health issues, and regular sickness go straight up the roof. Skyrocket. Okay? I want to give you, no, this is my normal hair. I didn't get hair surgery like Raja. I'm not that old. I'm 27. All right? I didn't go to Turkey with Raja. Raja's in Pakistan right now. Me and him been getting lunch every day. But anyways, right? So, what I'm trying to say is, our modern society is living in this hypnotized state, but the pandemic has exposed all these people who are living in an ignorant bliss to the harsh reality of the world. Right? It has exposed people to the harsh reality and nature of the world. And now we're seeing that depression, suicide rates, anxiety, people feeling lonely, anxious is going straight through the roof. What I want to discuss in this webinar is for the people who are interested in it, and for the people who want to, and for the people who want to do more and live a more fulfilling life. I'm going to give you the steps I took, all right? In the perspective that I had. Number one, I don't know if you guys are anime fans. I'm a big ass shonen anime fan. You can call me a fucking dweeb, you can call me a nerd, I don't care. The reason why I love animes, and especially shonen animes, is because the main characters are always pushing themselves to a new limit. Every time they think they reach their limit, whether it's Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Demon Slayer, I don't care, Attack on Titan, every time humanity or the main character thinks they have reached their limit, they find a way to surpass it. Right? You can call anime as nerdy as you want, but I like the mentality of anime 100 times more than the mentality of the real world right now. As soon as the real world, anybody in the real world hits a wall, as soon as they hit a barrier, as soon as they hit a plateau, everybody in the real world fucking quits. I would much rather watch in my free time, if I'm gonna consume any potential mindless entertainment, I would much rather watch different animes than watch anything on YouTube, than watch anything like all this random shit. You know what I mean? But the reason why is, the point is, because these characters, they start from potentially nothing, and you can say, oh, it's fake, it's not real. No, all art imitates reality. Reality imitates art. It goes vice versa that way. You know what I mean? So, you have people who are starting from absolutely nothing. People who are actually behind the normal society. People who are starting with no powers, starting with no magic. My Hero Academia, Black Clover. You know what I mean? Luffy starting out weak as fuck. Goku, you guys all see it. Goku started out as a Saiyan. But you get my fucking point. All right? But they constantly acknowledge their weaknesses. They stay extremely critical and self-aware, and are constantly looking for ways to improve themselves and go against the odds. And these are the ones who live a fulfilling life in reality. The people who can adopt that mindset in reality and improve themselves 1% better every day, they are the ones who live a fulfilling life. They are the ones who break their barriers. Now, fuck the anime. Let me give you guys an example about, most of you guys watching are traders. Let me give you this example. 99% of you have been living your life in a consolidation zone. 99% of you are in a horizontal consolidation zone, bouncing up and down, potentially just stagnant, right? You only think that your limits are at the top of the zone, and you only think that your bottom is at the bottom. You're only playing within this consolidation zone, bouncing up and down, right? You have not broken out to know your true limits and started trending yet. Nobody's trending. Everybody is either actively in bearish market structure, doing things that are actually destroying their body and mind, polluting their mind with pointless media, flooding their body and mind with terrible food, excess sugars, alcohol, drugs. That is actually putting yourself in bearish market structure. Do you understand? 99% of people are either in a consolidation zone or are in active bearish trend, bearish market structure. Okay? You have to start to first break out. The way to break out is by actively making the choice to do more. The first way to break out is by actively intercepting that autopilot mode. By intercepting those thoughts and choosing what you want to eat based on what's going to provide the best nutrients to your body. By actively intercepting your thoughts and saying, no, I'm not going to watch this movie, or I'm not going to watch TV for 2 hours. Instead, I'm going to go for a walk. When I say start doing some physical activity, people get overwhelmed and think that they need to go to the gym and start benching 300 pounds, that they need to be LeBron James. No. Start by going for a walk. If you don't go for a walk or do any physical activity, start by going for an hour walk every day. After a couple of weeks, after a couple of months, turn that into a jog. After a couple of months after that, turn it into a run. After the run, start going to the gym. If you don't like jogging, walking, running, going to the gym, find some sport you enjoy playing. Start slow. Just start by 0.01% change every single day. If you drink a shit ton of pop, sugars, and water, and you don't drink enough water, first start by cutting that shit out. Cut out your snacks, cut out your excess sugars. Just drink only water. Then start by focusing on developing a better diet, choosing what foods you're gonna eat that are gonna better provide nutrients to your body. Start with what you're eating, how you're fueling your body, then by how you're actively working your body. We are working machines. When humans do not work, when we have nothing to chase after, when we have nothing to push us, when we have no drive, we become stagnant and we rust. Just like any unused machine would. If you have a machine, you could have an amazing machine that you have built that can take a metal box and turn it into a tool. It can refine a piece of metal and turn it into a tool. But if you're not actively maintaining that machine, if you're not actively using that machine, eventually it rusts and it's not going to be as good as it once was. Humans are no different. We are working, active, moving creatures that develop heat and energy. Why do you think in the Matrix humans were being farmed? You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So please understand that. I think the best way to start is by first making that choice. in intercepting your autopilot mode and saying, I am going to be 1% better. I'm going to do it with you guys right now. First, let's accept all of our weaknesses. Let's accept all of our faults. Hey, I'm ugly. I'm a dumbass. I'm extremely aggressive. I'm very angry and short-tempered. I'm not where I want to be physically. You know what I mean? I'm not where I want to be physically. I'm skinnier than I want to be. I'm not as confident or as high valued as I want to be yet. I still have a ton of insecurities. I still have a ton of anxieties. I still face depression. I still face depression day after day. I could still be putting more effort in towards the goals that I want to achieve. Is that so fucking hard? Is that so hard? Do it again. I'm not as physically attractive as I want to be, and that's due to my own decisions. I'm not as financially wealthy as I want to be, and that's due to my own decisions. Why is this so hard for me to... What is this hard to say? During the lockdown, I got chubbier. I got a belly. What's wrong? Why can't people say this to each? Why can't people say this first to themselves? First, you have to be extremely critically self-aware. You have to be able to highlight your weaknesses. Fuck this society. Fuck this society that's accepting weaknesses and accepting destructive behavior, accepting obesity, accepting mental weakness. Fuck this society that's destroying masculinity, that's destroying natural aggression. Fuck that shit. Let's openly tell each other, hey, these are my weaknesses. I have these fears. I have these insecurities. So what? Everybody has insecurities, fears, doubts, worries about their future, worries about their family. You don't think I do? What about it? What are you going to do about it? That's the question. We should all... First, you have to be self-aware enough and identify your weaknesses and be open enough to share it with anybody, right? Then you have to be logical enough to say, this is destructive. This is actually long-term destructive behavior. This lifestyle is going to weaken my mind, weaken my body, cause me to die earlier, be weaker, be dumber. There's nothing good about this. Why are we accepting this stuff? Why are people focusing on stupid shit like gender identification, saying, oh, I'm a car, I'm a helicopter, I'm a he, she, man bird. People are fucking occupying their mind with complete garbage, nonsense. What's the point? What's the point of that? What is all this social justice shit accomplishing? What is all this equality producing? What are all these extra rights, acceptance of fat people, all these other people? You guys tell me right now in the comments, what is the outcome? What's it produced? What innovation of society has it led to? How is this elevated society? Because I'm only seeing people fatter, more depressed, sadder, more scared to share how they really feel, scared to voice their opinions because they're scared to be canceled by some BLM, feminist, LGBTQ, purple-haired fucking rainbow. Fuck all that shit, man. Let's get back to reality. Let's give ourselves a smack on the face. Slap yourself. Slap yourself in the back of the neck. Discipline yourself. If you can't identify your weaknesses and discipline yourself, you will never be able to improve. You will never be able to take that next step. Do you understand? Okay? So the first step to waking up, to becoming out of this hypnotized state, is making that choice and intercepting the media that you consume, what you're watching every day, what you're reading every day. Ask yourself some questions. Is this bringing you value? Is this teaching you anything? Is this teaching you any type of skill set that can help better your life? You know what I mean? First ask yourself that. When the next time you're going to watch something, the next time you're going to consume something, the next time you're going to indulge yourself in some media, have the active decision-making process every minute, every hour. This is not easy. There's nothing easy about this. It's going to take a shit ton of repetition. It's going to take a shit ton of personal self-control. It's going to take a shit ton of constant work at this. All right? So with social media, because nowadays everybody's locked down, all people are doing is scrolling all IG. All people are doing is watching videos on YouTube, on Netflix, on Amazon Prime. Even though on the other side of the internet, you have an endless plethora of information on every single topic that's ever existed in humanity. If you want to go spend time reading about how quantum physics works, you could actually probably get you could probably get as much information on quantum physics from Google as you could at a university nowadays. Can we agree on that? You could go to Khan Academy. Who used Khan Academy back in the day? You could go to Khan Academy. You could go to any resources online. You could probably find just as much information as people are paying in a university course, papers, studies, essays on quantum physics if you wanted to do that. How many people do you guys think, if we had 100 people, how many people out of that 100 do you think are actually consuming media or consuming information that's increasing their value? 10? Maybe 5 out of 100? Maybe 5 out of every 100 is actually using the internet or resources for a proper, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Right? 99% of people are on Netflix. They're on Amazon Prime. They're on the gaming side of YouTube. They're on the entertainment side. Listen, and there's nothing wrong with that gaming side and shit like that. If you want to make that your skill set and you want to monetize that. But if you're just mindlessly playing video games and consuming that video game content without it bringing value to you, without it increasing your skill sets, without it doing anything positive for you, besides giving you some short-term satisfaction, all this entertainment, TikTok, social media, the only benefit it has is short-term, short-lived numbness and satisfaction, right? But everybody can actively make the choice to say, hey, I'm not going to watch these stupid YouTube videos. I'm not going to watch stupid-ass Capital Hungry anymore. This guy's talking nonsense. I'm going to go read a book on quantum physics. I'm going to go read a book on human psychology and human behavior. I'm going to go read a book on the financial markets. I'm going to go study this topic. I'm going to go study this industry. I'm not going to consume this marketing content anymore. I'm not going to mindlessly look at memes. You have to make that decision. And you have to make that decision every day. If that means you have to delete your Instagram, you have to delete your Snapchat, you have to delete your Facebook, then so be it. What are you really using that shit for anyways? Unless you have a business where you're making money off of social media is absolutely toxic. I have to tell the truth. Right? Developing, hacking, computer science. You know how much you could probably for sure learn way more about coding and programming on forums on the internet where people are constantly sharing ideas, growing, collaborating than university. 1000%. 1000%. Just like you're going to learn more about trading in some of these trading communities that are actually passionate about the financial markets, about economies. You know what I'm saying? So, in 3 areas, you have to start intercepting your autopilot mode. You have to start intercepting and making active decisions. Those 3 areas are what you're eating and putting in your body. That's number 1. How you are using your time, and if you do any type of physical activity. You have to add some type of physical activity to your schedule. Whether that's going for a walk, whether that's playing basketball, karate, dancing, I don't give a fuck. Just move your fucking body and burn some fucking calories. Stop over consuming all this nonsense. Start bringing value to your body and mind. I don't care what it is you want to start with. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. But make that decision to say, hey, every day I finish my job, I work 8 hours, maybe I'm still commuting and I'm commuting for 2 hours. I still have 6 hours or 4 to 6 hours left in the day. Maybe one of those hours, I'll start working out in my basement. Maybe one of those hours, I'll go for a walk. Maybe one of those hours, I'll start playing basketball. I'll start playing a sport. Start somewhere. Incorporate that into the everyday. As soon as you intercept what you're consuming physically as per food and nutrients, and you start counting your calories, and you start fueling your body you start fueling your body in correlation to the nutrients and what it needs to perform, not fueling your body based on emotions, cravings, satisfactory desires, convenience. Most people, when they pick something to eat, they are subconsciously picking something to eat based on either convenience, like either if it's cheap or if it's very fast to get, craving, emotional desire, or just natural autopilot mode. How many people do you guys know who are actively choosing food to eat that's going to best fuel their bodies? But is that not how we should be eating? Should we not be eating in the best fashion to fuel our bodies and keep it in the most efficient state? Doesn't that seem like common sense? Common sense is fucking lost nowadays and replaced with nonsense. Common sense is replaced with fucking nonsense nowadays. Alright? So there. So ads include any bit of physical activity in your, number one, start actively intercepting your decision-making process and becoming involved in the decisions you make. There are probably 100 things you do every single day that are subconscious and naturally programmed that you don't even realize till the end of the day. Oh, I just ate this, I drank that, I bought this little candy. Fuck, like, whoa. You don't even realize. There's probably 100 to 1,000 choices that you make every day that you're not even actively involved in making that choice. It's come from mass advertising. It's come from a routine. It's come from social programming. It's come from influence. It's not coming from your active decisions. Your mind is being controlled by the 1%. So they can continue to monetize on your laziness, can continue to monetize on people chasing convenience, people chasing short-term satisfaction. As soon as you give up and you constantly chase short-term satisfaction in what you eat and what you consume as per your media and information and what you do in your day-to-day activity, that is when you are constantly feeding the 1%. That's when you're buying the most junk food. That's when you're buying the most shitty food and you're feeding that 1%. That's when you're paying for the shittiest services like Netflix, Amazon, or scrolling advertisements and social media and marketing shit all day. You're feeding the 1% through your consumption, through your choices, and you're choosing to be physically inactive every single day. This type of destructive behavior is fueling the capitalistic corruption and greed of the 1%. Right? Do you understand? So when I say be better, when I say do more, do not overwhelm yourself to think that you have to go from 0 to hero, 0 to 1,000. No. You just have to start making that choice. And every day, that 1% of improvement, it becomes exponential over the long run. It compounds. 99% of people are doing 0 every day to better their minds, to better their mentality, or to better their well-being. They are doing 0. They are running on autopilot. They go to work, they have their smoke and coffee in the morning, they eat their same shit lunch, they have their same large-ass junk food dinner, they watch TV for a few hours, and they go to fucking sleep. They consume a shit as they're watching TV or watching movies. They're just consuming garbage. They're eating garbage. They're feeling like garbage. They're producing garbage. Input equals output. We are machines. What you put in us is what you're going to get out. If you put good information, high value information that's going to add skill sets and value and knowledge to our life, you're going to produce more quality. You're going to have more, you're going to have sustenance, you're going to have substance. When you're fueling your body properly as per the correct amount of calories you need compared to the amount of work you do, your body type, your size, your weight, your age, when you're eating the amount of right calories and eating the right foods, you're going to be feeling better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more confidence, ambition, motivation. Why do you think everybody's so sluggish, fat, and weak? Understand? I'm sick of it. I feel like moving to some fucking island alone. I don't want to talk to people anymore. Everybody's so fucking pussy. Everybody is so pussy. It's just a simple way to say I'm tired of people filling their minds worried about feminism, SJW issues, worried about this nonsense, that nonsense, BLM. I'm not racist. I don't give a fuck. I'm not racist towards any race. I don't care about these social justice issues. I don't care about Asian lives matter. I don't care about Black lives matter. I don't care if it was all lives matter. I don't care if it's white lives matter. This is all mustard shit nonsense. You know what I mean? Just all this shit just constantly keeping you distracted and useless. Right? So that's why, I don't know, I just want to give that 2 cents. You know what I mean? If people wonder, hey Jeev, why are you so knowledgeable on the markets? Hey Jeev, how can you guide thousands of people through step-by-step trades confidently in these markets that like people are panicking in? Hey Jeev, how do you have this confidence? How are you able to communicate yourself this way? Why are you so open to express yourself this way? Because of what I'm telling you guys. My mind is open in that sense. And it's not like I'm judging people. It's just that everybody has this choice they can make. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Right? It's really that simple. So, just like you, when I first started trading, I had no fucking clue. When I first started working out, I had no fucking clue. I was personally, my background is Indian. My body type as an Indian is an ectomorph body type. Very skinny, right? Smaller bone structure. I could make excuses and blame my body type. I could blame my background. I could blame my genetics and not do anything about my body. Or I could identify that and say, I need to work a little bit harder to get what I want. Right? In trading, it was the same thing. I went through that same trial and error, losing thousands of dollars. I probably lost 50K. I probably lost 50K of my own salary money my first year trading, just being a straight gambling retard. I can say, you know why I can call everybody else retards? You know the reason I can roast everybody else so aggressively and so confidently without any feeling of backlash, without any fear? Because I already roast myself 10 times harder. If somebody else comes and roasts me, I'm gonna be like, oh, nice. I said that to myself like 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't want to say anything to other people in fear of backlash, in fear of them saying something back to them, in fear of hurting feelings or all this. I don't know, man. It's just it's becoming nonsense. Common sense is lost and nonsense is taken over. I'm just sick of it. Whether people like it or not, I'm gonna have this masculine alpha male mentality. It's just the way it is. Having an alpha male mentality doesn't mean that I'm putting other people down or that I'm trying to compete with other men. No, having an alpha male masculine mentality means I want to be the best man I can fucking be. I want to be in the best financial position. Why do I want to be in the best financial position? Simply because our modern day survival is linked to money. It's that simple. Our modern day survival, comfort, and stress levels are directly linked to money, whether people like it or not. I want to be in the best physical shape I can be. Does that mean I'm going to go crazy? No. But I'm going to try to push myself past my limits. I want to be as enlightened, as knowledgeable as I can be. I don't want to be ignorant to the reality of the world. I don't want to be unaware of things that I could be fully aware about by just simply putting the effort in to read about it, to study it. I don't want to live in an ignorant bliss. I want to live a fulfilling life. I want to live a life that when I die, I can say, I fucking am happy with what I did. I didn't waste my time. I didn't waste my precious time. I developed myself as a human. I tried to help the people around me and bring their value up alongside mine. I tried to constantly push others. I don't want to have a life of regrets. One of my friends is a nurse right now, and he deals with a lot of people who are on their deathbed. 99% of these people on their deathbed, you know what they have? Regrets. You know what I mean? 99% of people, they have regret. They will die with tons of resentment, tons of regrets, and never get another chance again. So in this life, where we're all gonna die anyways, where there's no other higher being that's giving us directions, it's only ever been humans conquering other humans, humans controlling other humans. Why are we taking shit from people? Why are we so scared? Why is everybody so scared? Why is everybody so mentally weak and hypnotized? You know what I mean? But anyways, this is getting a bit too long now. I know people on Instagram, before my Instagram got shut down, I used to have like 20,000 followers on Instagram. I always used to do rants about the economy, about government corruption, about stuff like this. And my Instagram got deleted, you know what I mean? So no. Does it matter if I believe in God? I'm my own God. That might offend some people, but I am my own God. You know what I mean? If you believe in God, if you have a faith in God, that's up to you. I'm not here to judge it. To me, I'm my own God. Alright? My life is going to be dictated by me, my choices, my decision making. Not by a religion, not by a God, not by social media, not by this systematic programming, not by the financial market. You know? So everybody, I'll see you guys later. Take care, alright? Unless you guys have some questions, but that's the best advice I can get, is if you can intercept those three things, and start making a 1% change every day, you will live a more fulfilling life. Alright? Alright, everybody take care. I'll see you guys later. How the fuck do I end this? Yeah.